everyone, it's Magical Mom Laura, and today I'm going to share with you all of the pros and cons of staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge Resort in Disney World, so stick around. So this past summer in July of 2022, my husband and my 4-year-old daughter Landon stayed at the Animal Kingdom Lodge for, I think it was 6 days, 5 nights, 4 nights? 4 or 5 nights, I can't remember anymore. And it'd been a while, right before COVID actually, we stayed there on New Year's Eve, and it was one of my favorite, I met my husband on New Year's Eve. It was my second favorite New Year's Eve that I've ever had. It was such a magical trip, and I vlogged it, but I didn't vlog that much just because I think I was having so much fun. This is one of my favorite resorts, but it's kind of controversial, a lot like the Dolphin and Swan, which I recently did a pros and cons video on because we stayed there in February with her Aunt Alexis. So the pros. The theming of this resort is fantastic. The African theme and the detail. Everywhere you look, there's so much detail, there's so much thought. The thatched roof, one of the most amazing, warm, best smelling lobbies in like Disney property. I think after COVID it's changed, but before the cast members were actually from Africa, most of them, so you could talk to them about where they're from and their beautiful accents, and it really added to the immersiveness into this resort. You're on a savanna, people. The resort is on an African savanna. You walk out through the lobby and there's African art everywhere. There's this wonderful smelling fireplace in the lobby that I have wonderful memories of my mom and I sitting by next to. There's a fire pit outside, and I don't know if they still have it, but before COVID they had storytellers come out there and give storytelling. You walk out on the overlook and there are giraffes, zebras, cranes, what are they called? Watusi cattle, I think they're called. So many amazing animals. They have a night vision at night where you can look at these animals at night. They have special safaris you could go out. Just some of the most incredible theming, immersiveness, smells, like I said, everything. When you pull up to the resort and the thatched roof, and it looks so modest and covered, and then you walk in and there's this lobby, there's this cool bridge that goes across, which I went across last trip. I was a bit nervous. There's 2 sections. There is Jumbo House, which is the original one, which is hotels, and I think there are some DVCs there, their vacation club timeshare. And then they opened up a Kidani Village, which I've also stayed there maybe like 15 years ago, 12 years ago. I stayed there with my family and my nieces and nephews, and we got 2 DVC rooms, just rented them. And a really nice resort. It's like when you walk in the lobby though, it's kind of shocking how small it is compared to the Jumbo House. And then, so the Kidani Village is all DVC. The pool there and the splash pad is so much better as far as like for kids. The pool in the Jumbo House, it's small, but I love it. Theming, 0 entry. It has an awesome slide that my daughter went down like 100 times on our last trip. It has a playground, has hot tubs around. It has like little animals, like you'll just see like a thing of flamingos by themselves over to the side, like not on the main savannah. And it has a really nice pool bar. The restaurants, so amazing. Some of the best food. They have African wine, African beer that you're not going to get anywhere else. In the main area you have Boma, which we got COVID our last day this past trip. We had to cancel our Boma, so sadly we did not get to go to Boma, but we did go on our last trip on New Year's Eve, and my daughter had her first Mickey waffle. So it's an enormous buffet. They have the pog juice in the morning. They have a buffet at night, and it's kind of like Tusker House. And it's just, you get this amazing experience with all these new, if you're not used to African food, which I never was, you get these amazing experiences with new flavors, new food. I'm a vegetarian, and my sister and I went one of the first couple years that Animal Kingdom Lodge opened, just my sister and I, and we ate at Boma for dinner. And I remember I told, the chef came over to say hi, and I said I was a vegetarian, and she whipped up this tofu stir fry thing for me with these like huge leaves and huge sprouts coming out, and it was delicious with African flavors and gorgeous as well. A long time ago. I wish I took a picture. So like Boma's just like a very special place, delicious coffee. Across from Boma is Jico, which I have an amazing memory. They have like the special wine room, which they opened up when my husband and I stayed there once on Christmas Day. We've stayed at Animal Kingdom, and Christmas night we had just a very special dinner in this wine room and had African wine. We've eaten at Jico quite a bit. It's a very good, gorgeous restaurant, and highly recommend you go to Jico. Over in the Kidani Village side, they have Sanaa, and it is on the savannah. So we went on our last trip. Our first night we got there, it was my husband's first time eating there, and my second, and it's great for vegetarians. But we walk in and we get this amazing table by the window, and this giraffe walks by. I was like, wow, what a way to start the vacation. So my daughter enjoyed looking at the animals while we ate. Amazing food. The bread service is not to be missed. The service is incredible. We had delicious African wine, African espresso martinis, which I think I did a reel on my Instagram. The quick service is Mara, and that's always been really good. They have good flatbreads. They have the zebra domes. They also sell, I think it's called Tusker beer or something. They also have African wine. They also have African wine in the gift shop as well. And sadly, they had some issue while we were there last time, so we had to mobile order it on our pool day, and that was the only time. It was good food. The gift shop is amazing. They have an artisan, what are they called? Carver, I guess, who carves like little woods from Africa in the lobby, and we saw, like our last 2 trips, my daughter was just enamored by him and spent so much time watching that. So they have these incredible hand-carved gifts and beautiful pictures of the lobby in Savannah. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I like so many cool things in that gift shop. And my daughter picked 2 plastic snakes. The walking through the hallways make me happy. The rooms are incredible. They have Savannah rooms. They're very expensive, but we did not do it this trip because we were doing a 2-week road trip, so we did a cheaper room and did not get the Savannah view this trip. We ended up having to cancel the second half of our trip because of COVID, so we wish we had gotten a Savannah room, because wow, to be able to sit out on that balcony in the morning and watch the animals and drink your coffee. It is like one of the best experiences I've ever had on vacation. It's like when you get an oceanfront room, you know, and you hear that peacefulness and the waves hitting the shore. To be able to walk out in nature and like see these animals, just incredible. Everything is so peaceful. So love the rooms. Even the parking lot rooms are nice. But now they have after hours included with Deluxe, which is a really nice benefit to stay Deluxe. And Animal Kingdom Lodge is like I think I've heard people call it like moderate plus, which is kind of like what Dolphin is to me. It's not as nice as like the Yacht and Beach and Polynesian and Grand Floridian, but it's cheaper. So you can get, so if you're looking at moderates, you might want to look at like a parking lot view at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. The other benefit to staying on property is you get at 7 a.m. through Genie Plus the lightning lanes. So those are 2 really big benefits. And then something just silly that I found out, our stroller that we use, our travel stroller, fit like right in between the bed and the wall, which was pretty cool. The rooms are beautiful. They have these carvings. I love the bathrooms. They remodeled them right before we went in 2019 and stayed there on New Year's Eve. And I don't like that they've added a lot of showers. With a 4-year-old, I prefer to have a bath because they're very slippery, but they did, unlike the yacht club, add a shaving ledge. So bathrooms are beautiful. The closets they put in are beautiful with wood carvings. The bed, everything is very African themed. That was my pros list. As you can tell, I really, really love this resort. So there's not much on the cons list, but what is on the cons list is a biggie. And if you are new to Disney, transportation is amazing. Everything's included. You're in the Disney bubble. You never have to go into your car, and it's awesome. The problem when you have kids is that breaking down your transportation system, your stroller and your day bag and everything you have is something you want to avoid at all costs. So on boats, on the Skyliner, except for probably double strollers, on the monorail, obviously walking, you don't have to break your stroller down. You just zoom on through, their new security system, which is awesome, except for the buses. So the buses, you have to break down your stroller, and it's a pain. Well, the only transportation system for Animal Kingdom Lodge is the buses. So you're gonna break down your stroller every day, and it's just something you have to deal with. And buses are unpredictable, and they're not as efficient as monorail and walking and the ferry, and even the Skyliner, except for in inclement weather it can break down. So that is a big negative. It takes a while to get to the parks, and after a long park day, it's a long day to get back to the Animal Kingdom. And the buses were very unpredictable on New Year's Eve trip in 2019. We waited a lot, and this trip actually, they were earlier. Like, it would say it was like a 30-minute wait, and then they would show up in like 5 minutes. So it's just very unpredictable. They have a time up there where it says like the current time and when the buses for each parks arrive. Just very unpredictable, and you can wait a long time. And our very first day was Magic Kingdom this past trip, and we were taking it slow in the morning. We took it too slow, and we had a Cinderella Castle breakfast to get to. And so we went down to the bus, and it said 30 minutes, and we just missed it. It said 30 minutes, and so we had to go and get a cab, which I wasn't happy about. Because they don't have car seats. We tried to get a minivan, and that was the other negative, was that all the minivans would only pick up over at Kidani. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe it was just because they just brought minivans back, but there was no pickup at Jumbo. So we had to run and get in a cab, and everything was fine. But that's the big negative, is transportation. Staying at the yacht, you can walk to Epcot, Hollywood Studios. You take a bus to the other two. So yeah, that is a big one, and it's far away. You can get to Animal Kingdom obviously really quickly. It's right there. But the other one's just going to be a long morning and a long evening after a long park day. There was just one other con I would say. That kids pool at Jumbo House was kind of pathetic. Coronado Springs was similar to when we stayed there about 1.5 years ago. The kids area over at Kidani was really nice. Jumbo House, kids pool, not so much. Those are my thoughts on the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Love the resort. The big negatives are that it's far away and bus transportation. So let me know you guys' thoughts. Are you gonna stay there? Have you stayed there before? I would love to hear. And until next time, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Look at the tree, Landon. What's bigger, this one or the Magic Kingdom tray? Magic Kingdom was? You have the lounge right there, and Boma and Jico, and the gift shop. And out the front and to the left is the buses.